Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Indoor Gardening with Moni in the kitchen, where I specialize in indoor gardening and how you can grow food indoors all year long. Today, I'm just going to teach you how to make pickles. Yeah. In the background, you see this right here? These are some scallions that we grew, that I replanted last week from the supermarket. And they've grown a lot. And I'm going to come back and do another video to show you how much these have grown in a couple days, because these were little tiny probably like 5 days ago, but see how much they've grown. So we're going to get back to those scallions that I have grown, and I hope that you guys have grown since I did that first video. Okay, so let's get to pickles. Really quick and easy. You can actually make pickles in less than 10 minutes, and you can eat your pickle within 48 hours. So let's go. Okay, the only thing you need to make homemade pickles in reality is just a cucumber and some kosher salt. That's all you need. That's all you need. And yes, you're gonna need kosher salt, because regular table salt with iodine, it makes things really cloudy, and it's just a little messy. Trust me, you need kosher salt. So the only thing we need to make homemade pickles is cucumbers and kosher salt. But I like for my cucumbers to have a little wild flavor to it. So for this episode, I'm gonna use obviously a cucumber, a red pepper, or you can use a yellow pepper or orange pepper, some garlic, and then here I have 2 bay leaves, which you don't need, but I'll explain later why I use them. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, really simple. Oh, in addition to some salt, because I like the wild flavors of pickles, I'm gonna use some peppercorns, okay? So let's get started, as I always say. We're doing this live, so there's gonna be some bloopers and stuff, but you'll get the gist. So we're gonna take our little cucumber here, use my favorite knife, Cutie. Do this, because we're gonna try to fit all these cucumbers in this jar. They're not pickles yet. This cucumber smells so good. So I just cut it in half, okay? Just cut it in half. I don't want to over-explain this. Okay, and then I cut it in the middle, just like that. Now you can put it in like that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't want to slice these into quarters, but you can now. But if you wanted to slice this into quarters, you would just do like this. Okay, bang, bang, bang. You could do that too. Yeah, I'll cut these into quarters. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this. I don't want to make this really complicated. Ooh, getting a little messy here, but that's okay. This is why we call it live. The garlic is flying off the. I'm gonna take this last half here, and I really hope all these cucumbers can fit in there. Cucumbers smell good, man. All right, cut that again. Cut it again, cut it again, cut it again. So there we go. We have our cucumbers cut. Now I'm not gonna use this whole red pepper. I'm not using that. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Cut it like this. Okay. Just, I do these in chunks. You don't gotta be particular. Don't gotta be particular. Okay, so we have all of our cucumbers cut. I'm gonna make this a little neat. And so we have our red pepper. I'm just gonna cut that one more time here. Okay, right there. So we got our red peppers and our garlic. Get that wild flavor. So what I normally do is, since I take four garlic cloves, and then I dice up 2 of them, like that. Dice up 2 of them, dice up 2 of them. Dice up 2 of them. Don't we? I sing while I indoor garden. Okay. So here, sliced up 2 garlic cloves, and the other 2 I'm just going to put in whole because that's just like the way I like to do it. Okay, so now we're going to take our jar here. Let me push this to the back. Boom, boom. To the back. All right. And so what I'm going to do first is take my black. Black peppercorn. Okay. And we're going to do this. I'm just going to put a little in the bottom there. Okay. When I say a little in the bottom, that's literally what I mean. Just, I'm so obsessive. I need more in there. Sorry, it's just the way I do. Now these black peppercorns, not to be confused with ground pepper. It's black pepper, but it's just in peppercorn form. Okay, just so you can see what that looks like when you're going to the market. Okay, so we got black peppercorns at the bottom, right? So now we're going to put our garlic in here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, just putting the garlic in here, folks. Okay, hold on. So now we got the black peppercorns here and garlic. Okay, 4 garlic cloves. I diced 2 of the garlic cloves and then I put the other 2 in here whole. Okay, and I'm using a ball jar here. Okay, and it comes with these lids. Okay, just saying that. Alrighty, so now I'm going to put in some of these peppers, ones that I cut up. Boom, 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 boom. Da, 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 da. Bam. Okay, so now that's in there. Now the cucumbers. Just gonna stack these puppies in here. Put it like there. Put it in there. Put it in there. Put it in there. Looks like I could have used 2 cucumbers, but it's too late now. It's all good. It is all good. I'm just gonna stick these puppies in there. And oh, I wish I could have used 2 cucumbers, but we're not, and it's okay. It is totally okay. Alrighty. So now we have our jar. Black peppercorns, 4 garlic cloves, chunks of red pepper, and our sliced cucumbers, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to put some water in here. Now this is important. Use filtered water. I can't explain this enough. Tap water has chlorine in it. And with these cucumbers, they will be ready in 48 hours to eat. Only takes 5 minutes to make, but 48 hours to eat. Okay, 48 hours to 5 days, but 2 days is fine. And you can also let them ferment longer. Okay, whenever you're putting food in a jar and you're letting it sit out for a few days so the flavor can absorb, that's called fermenting. Okay, now we're going to take this filtered water here and just pour it in. And I'm just going to fill it halfway, right? And the reason why I'm filling it halfway right now is because before I fill it all the way up, I want to take 2 tablespoons of this kosher salt that has no iodine in it, right? Because the salt is going to make sure that this develops an environment where it has good bacteria, and that's important. Okay, and that's another reason why we don't want chlorine or tap water when we're fermenting things, because long story short, that chlorine is going to really fight against the good bacteria. Okay, all right. So you know when you see all these commercials, probiotic and yogurt, they're really talking about that good bacteria. Okay, so here we are. We filled our jar up halfway, but we're going to fill it up all the way. So now I'm going to put my 2 tablespoons of salt. Just do that. I literally just do that, okay? Right? Then I'm going to fill it all the way up. Okay. Make make sure you can see what's going on here. That's the salt in there. And now I'm going to fill it. Now this is important. I'm not going to fill it all the way to the rim. Okay, I'm going to leave like an inch head space between the water and here. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, the first thing we have to do before we put the lid on this is that we have to make sure that these cucumbers are under our saltwater brine mixture. I put salt in here, as you just saw, but when we put water and the salt in here, that's basically forming like a brine. Okay. Now, before I put this lid on, you have to make sure. Getting messy here. Make sure that the cucumbers are all the way submerged under the water. Ooh, okay. Like, just make sure. Okay, because that's important. Now, all right. So that's what it looks like. Okay, and I'm going to try to push this down some more. And this is probably not going all the way down because I made my pepper chunks too big. That's okay. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit more water in here, just a little bit more, just to make sure those cucumbers are underwater. And it looks like they are. Yeah, they're underwater. Okay, so I want to leave some space between the water and the lid. And the reason why we want to do that, because when this is fermenting over the next 2 days, it's going to get very gassy, and that's good. And you're going to actually see some bubbling happening in here. And that's because the flavor is seeping into the cucumber, and it's doing its own fermenting, which is a good thing. So I'm going to show you what to do. So now that we have our cucumbers submerged, live blooper, submerged in our saltwater mixture, now we could put our lid on. Once again, I'm using a ball jar, and they have lids as well, and that's a little cucumber seed they got on there. Okay, so I just want to take this apart so you can see. So here's this. That's the lid, right? Okay, and now we just put it on like that. And we just do it fingertip tight, meaning like don't do that, because we're going to want some of these gases to escape, because this is going to start fermenting and bubbling. And when you see it bubbling, that's a good thing. That means it's the good bacteria is taking over, and the flavors, the cucumber is absorbing the flavors of the garlic and the peppers and all that stuff, and the salt. So there we go. You've just made pickles. I told you that was easy. Easy peasy, breezy, easy peasy. That's all. That's all you need, folks. All right. And then after a day or so, give the jar a little twist, just like that, just to let some of the gases escape, so nothing explodes. And there we go. Okay. So once again, the only thing you need to make pickles is cucumbers and kosher salt. Salt with no iodine. That's all you need. And let it, put it in the jar with some filtered water. Let it sit for 2 days, and you'll have some great tasting pickles. If you like your pickles on the wild side, put in the jar some black peppercorns like we have, like 4 garlic cloves, like red pepper, yellow pepper. And or you can even use jalapeno peppers, to be honest. Put your cucumbers in there, and you'll be good. Oh, Moni messed up something, but that's okay. So this is fine. But now, this is important, because I like crunchy pickles, and I don't want these soggy. So what I'm going to do, these bay leaves, this is the beauty of live. I put bay leaves on the side of these, because bay leaves, they have natural chemicals in it that will make sure that these pickles don't get soggy while it's fermenting over the next couple of days. So just put those right on the side. Go in there, go in there, go in there, okay? Then we're going to put that on. See, it only literally takes 5 minutes to make pickles. Now, I've been on air for 14 minutes because I'm giving you some extra information. But that's all you got to do. And sit this on your countertop. Remember, only use filtered water when fermenting or preserving or whatever you got going on. Once you put the lid on, make sure it's fingertip tight. And as it starts to bubble and ferment over a few days, just give it a nice little quick twist just to make sure the gas escapes, and you'll hear it escape. And in 2 days, 48 hours, you will have pickles. Some people like their cucumbers to ferment for 5 days, and some people ferment their cucumbers for a longer time. And it's okay, whatever you prefer. But if you just want it quick and in a hurry, 48 hours is it. And so you can just sit this right on your counter and watch it go. Do not put it in the refrigerator, because the refrigerator is going to interrupt the fermenting process. Okay? All right, so leaving it right here on this countertop is good. And once you open it, some people put it in the refrigerator, or once you open it after it's fermented for the 48 hours or how long you want it to ferment past that, you can also still leave it on your counter, but it's up to you what you want to do. But for the first 48 hours, this has to stay on the counter. Do not put it in the refrigerator, because it won't ferment. Okay? Now, as always, you know, oh, I'm getting messy here, but what else is new? These are my pickles. My pickles that I've made, and it's dark because I have actually had these for a long time. So they've been fermenting for much longer than 5 days, much longer than 48 hours. Okay? So this is what I'm going to do. And you can see all the stuff I put in there. It's the garlic. There's still a cucumber in there. Let me see if I can, because you know I can't. I just want to show you. Look at that. I like that. So I'm going to put this there. It smells good too, guys. I can't smell it. It's nothing like the, you know, I'm not going to get cute with it and get a fork, because I don't eat my pickles with a fork. So I'm not going to do it now, because I'm live on the air with you guys. Okay, here we go. Ooh, this is good. And it's spicy. This is why I let my cucumbers or ferment for longer than 5 days when I'm turning it into pickles, because I just love the longer it sits, your cucumbers, the stronger the flavor. So these are spicy pickles. Ooh. Well, that has been this edition of In the Kitchen, Indoor Garden with Moni. Check me out on indoorgardenwithmoni.com. Okay? And I guess you can hit me on Instagram too at Indoor Garden Moni. All right? And until next time, walk good, eat well, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of these spicy pickles. Our next episode, we're going to revisit our scallions that we replanted from the supermarket. Oops. And make a nice little something with it. Until next time.